It's Week 6 of the NFL. And up next, we'll see Jalen Hurts. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Eagles and the Browns, and it's all up next.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to
to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. Out come the Eagles for the first time, and the man in charge at quarterback in his 5th year now, Jalen Hurts.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
Hurts throwing right away. Flushed out right. They'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
That's good for Eagles first down.
Hurts. Flush to his right. Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. And he's got this down to the 35. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing is Hurts. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Picking up where they left off before the open week that they had last week as they won going into that, and no signs of being stale.
No, and that's really big for them because there's a trust factor that goes into this, because what often happens, if you win the game before your open week, you usually get more time off. But if you win the game before the open week, get more time off, and don't play well the next time out, that goes away. So they're making a statement that they like that time off.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. 7-0 is our score, ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
And right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And Winston lost the football. Well, one of the linebackers has got it. And they've got it very deep in enemy territory. It's inside the 5 at the 3-yard line, 1st and goal. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
He dumps it off to Barkley. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Hurts to throw, eluding the pressure right. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And he's got it. And he's going to be touchdown short of a first. And it's 4th down coming up. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Devontae Smith, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's open like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Browns offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. As we take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns, he is right up there amongst the best in the NFL. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now Winston. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Winston. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Into the hands of Cedric Tillman. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. They'll run for it. Chubb. And he is going to be out of bounds a couple of yards short of the marker. And they will fail to convert here on 4th down. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. Stopped short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will do it for this first half. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A very one-sided first half, 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Browns drive about to get started. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Drop for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Jameis to throw it. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku. 78 yards. And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46. The Eagles offense and the veteran A.J. Brown set to go to work once more. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a third down. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. He's got it at the 15. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. This now a 3rd and 4. On third down, Barkley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Eagles will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that, so you really give yourself an advantage.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
And now a fake on the jet sweep, and a give to Chubb. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Throwing, Winston. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Zach Baun able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. That's to the former Bronco, Jerry Jeudy. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Up the middle with Barkley. Past the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
But I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Winston now. Open man, that's Tillman. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Winston. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Nolan Smith drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Wide open receiver complete. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And quickly they get to the line. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Browns drive about to get started. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Eagles, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.